Anyone trying to bring peace to Yemen may not need reminding of what's at stake. Nevertheless, those without a voice of influence are crying out louder now for help. In Hadja, 160 kilometers from Hodeidah, they try to keep babies alive. Malnutrition could potentially soon be the biggest killer in this conflict. Nearby, families are eating wild vine leaves to survive.
We cook tree leaves. We have no nutrition. We will die here. We have no one but God.
Personally, I don't eat the leaves. But since my salary has been cut, it's the only main meal for my children, even though this causes them itchiness and drowsiness. But what can we do?
In Hodeidah, the fighting has taken another quantum leap as Saudi-UAE-led coalition forces and government troops on the ground continue their campaign to cut all supply lines from the Red Sea port. The Saudis are accusing Houthi fighters of opening fire on grain silos in order to claim it was the coalition that's responsible. Whoever did what, the UN pressure to stop the fighting has never been greater. The UN Special Envoy Martin Griffiths is now in the capital Sanaa for talks with the Houthi leadership. What may help him is a memorandum of understanding signed by the UN which gives safe passage by air for injured Houthis needing medical treatment. It's reported they'll go to Cairo in Egypt. But is this enough to get dialogue going? Even though the number of civilian deaths is still rising, there is a coalition diplomatic initiative trying to convince the UN that Hodeidah has to be taken for the Houthis to be pressurized to talk peace. This conflict is now a lethal mix of varying motivations for diplomacy, fighting and suffering. No one would predict the outcome. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Djibouti.